So we have witnessed Batman go against Superman in Gotham, and pretty much the story ends the same, but not this time. Rebel Batman goes against the Man of Steel raised in Soviet Russia. So, in this alternate timeline, who wins the battle that has been recounted since the beginning of the DCU, you might want to sit down for this one. What happens when a Superman bound by dictatorship ideologies bashes heads with a Batman with no rules? It all begins with Pyotr Roslov, the illegitimate son of the late Joseph Stalin, going to theater. He gets into a car where Batman, wearing a military uniform as a disguise, is the driver.
People are saying that the explosion tore the space station in half, Commander Roslov. They say those cosmonauts would have died if Superman hadn't spotted that flash on the surface when the oxygen reserves caught fire. Personally, I don't think we should be spending money on a space program when there are Americans going hungry out there. What do you think, sir?
I think a nobody like you doesn't need to be convinced, moron. Now shut up and get me to the theater before I have you shot for insolence. For God's sake, man. Are you trying to get us killed?
Believe me, comrade, you're going to die a lot more painfully than this.
Batman steers the car off the bridge, crashing into the river. He drags the unconscious Roslov out of the water to his base.
I heard you wanted to see me, Commander. Well, let's hear what you have to say.
What? How dare you speak to me like that? Do you realize who I am?
Your name is Pyotr Iosif Roslov, illegitimate son of the late Joseph Stalin and currently head of the security services. You're a vain man, a cruel man and obsessively jealous of Superman. It's no secret that you harbor political ambitions of your own. Who you are is meaningless. The question is why you're putting word around that you want to talk to me.
I take it, that's it, safe to speak down here?
Naturally, Commander. My caves are soundproofed and cloaked using the cutting edge of military technology, all stolen from your bases, of course.
Then I'll get straight to the point. Lex Luthor and his friends in the CIA have an interesting proposition for you, Batman. They want you to kill Superman and guarantee they now have the means to finish him off properly.
And why should Luthor's latest plan be any different from all his previous failures?
Because this time, the CIA isn't paying LexCorp to build killer robots, Batman. They're using information our people found in the rocket ship that brought Superman to Earth, and it seems they figured out his weakness. Now, we're only going to get one shot at this, and you're the only man so far even Superman has been unable to beat. Our only hole is finally replacing that alien with a qualified human figurehead.
You're joking, of course. Why would I put someone like you in charge of the system, Roslov? You'd be twice the monster Superman is, 10 times as bad.
But sure, common sense dictates you'd rather see me in the Kremlin than some bulletproof demigod running the show for the next million years, right? Supposing he's immortal, can you imagine an eternity of communist rule under that tyrant? Whose regime does the master strategist think he'd stand a better chance of toppling, eh? Use your head, Batman.
Okay, it's a deal, but understand this, once Superman is dead and buried, I am coming after you so hard and so fast that nothing on this earth will ever be able to stop me. I swear on the memory of my mother and father, you're going to follow him to an early grave.
You mean you can try?
The scene shifts to Superman's birthday celebration in Dow.
Ladies and gentlemen, comrades from every quarter of the Soviet Union, please raise our glasses and join me in a toast to Superman and his birthday celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, to President Superman.
President Superman.
President Superman.
You haven't seen Diana, have you? Tony? She was supposed to meet me back at the Presidium hours ago.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about her, Superman. As far as I recall, Wonder Woman's more than capable of looking after herself.
It's great, isn't it? Superman's going to be so pleased with his fireworks display over Red Square. I honestly can't wait to see his face when that famous chest symbol of his light up the skies all over Moscow.
Oh, for God's sake, give it a rest, Sivana. You really had more dignity when you were Lex Luthor's test tube cleaner, you sycophantic little turd.
When the fireworks goes off, the bat signal is displayed all over Moscow.
This is outrageous. Superman, you really must believe that I had arranged those fireworks to celebrate your chest emblem. This charade has absolutely nothing to do with...
Shut up, Sivana. I think it's clear who's behind this.
Meanwhile, Batman has abducted Wonder Woman as bait for Superman.
10 seconds, Superman. Batman said you have 10 seconds to find me. The bat signal was just a means of attracting your attention. It seems that this is where things get really serious.
Keep talking, Diana. I'm tracking the sound waves northeast toward Siberia. I'll be with you in less than 7 seconds.
He's so fast, Superman. Much more resourceful than the other human beings. He's dangerous. Please be careful.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Wonder Woman. Computer, initiate the LexCorp program on full power starting in 30 seconds time.
What have you done to her, you animal?
Rest assured, only her pride has been hurt, Superman. It appears Wonder Woman's lasso really was spun from the magical girdle from Gaia. Now she's as obedient to me as all those poor dissidents she used to dominate for you. We ordinary people might lack your great speed or your X-ray vision, Superman, but never underestimate the power of the human mind. We carry the most dangerous weapon on Earth inside these thick kittle skulls of ours.
I can see your brain from here, Batman, and believe me, it's nothing to boast about. Same goes for your childish gadgets. I'm afraid it takes a few more smoke bombs and an explosive in your small intestine to beat me, you know.
Keep talking, big mouth.
Oh, sun lamps, wonderful. Let them burn for a few thousand years and I might get a heat rush.
Good God, how did you do that? How did you get so strong? Not that it matters, of course. A well-placed blast of heat vision and...
You really don't get it, do you? You don't have heat vision anymore, Superman. Strange visitor from another planet. Last son of a dying world. All we had to do was create the right conditions. Building solar lamps to simulate the RS of your native red sun was Lex Luthor's idea, in case you were wondering. Digging you a cell beneath this Siberian detention camp was a little touch of my own in the name of poetic justice. Don't worry, Superman. Everything you need to survive can be found inside. Unlike those poor dissidents sent here during the Stalin years, people I cared about. What you're going to feel for the next 10 minutes is nothing compared to what they went through, you power-mad lunatic.
Run, Superman! Get out of the light and your powers come back!
You should never have come here, Superman. You should have died on your own world and kept your alien fingers out of human affairs. We aren't toys or pets. You can train to do whatever you please. We're people, human beings. Maybe now you'll appreciate what that means.
Batman drags the bloodied and weakened Superman to the containment cell he built for him.
Great, Hera. You can't condemn him to spend the rest of his life locked up in there like an animal.
What's the alternative? Just putting him out of his misery once and for all. He can't be allowed to interfere anymore, Wonder Woman. Locking him up is the humane solution.
Diana, can you hear me? Please listen carefully, because what I'm about to ask you is our only chance against him now. As long as I'm trapped down here beneath these red sun rays, I'm powerless. But there must be some kind of generator out there providing the electricity. I need you to find it for me and destroy it. I know breaking the lasso is going to hurt, but there's really no other way we're going to beat him. Diana, we can't let Batman destroy everything we've ever worked for, and you're the only person. Now, who can get out of this mess? Please, more than anything I've ever asked you for before, I need you to help me here, Diana. As your oldest and dearest friend, I'm begging you to do whatever it takes here.
Wonder Woman uses all her might to break loose from the lasso, obliterating it to shreds.
Wonder Woman, no!
She charges for the generator, powering the red lamps.
Get the hell out of my way, little man.
He's using you, don't you understand? All he cares about is the power.
She yanks the machine out of the ground and crashes it into the sea. Immediately, Superman blasts out of the containment cell with full force.
No more tricks, Batman. No more solar lamps or magic lassos. Just a few hours brain surgery and a job in a Moscow bank for you. Now tell me, who set me up?
Come now, Superman. Surely you know I'd rather martyr myself for the cause than end my days as one of your ridiculous Superman robots. Why else would I have swallowed a bomb before you and I went head to head?
Batman activates the bomb with his thumb on the trigger, ready to end his life.
Oh, and by the way, it was Pyotr who betrayed you.
With those words, as he last Batman blows himself to pieces, and the pieces splash onto Superman. Diana rushes to the scene.
Superman, are you okay? I found the generator just like you asked me to, and tossed it into the Norwegian Sea, but I think I might have hurt myself when you made me snap that cord. It was like, I don't know, something just kind of switched off in my head or something. I mean...
Meanwhile, Superman has his attention elsewhere, thinking about how Piotr would go behind his back. With Batman gone, the Red Sun's grip on the country grew stronger, but the freedom fighter rebels didn't forget the symbol that led them. Meanwhile, Diana loses all her powers and lives like an old woman, under the care of her maids. So, what do you think about this battle? If you ask me, I couldn't have seen that ending coming, and that's why it tops my list of the Superman versus Batman lineup. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're wondering, what's the difference between Gotham's Batman and the Russian Batman? I've added a link to that video in the description below. Check it out, and don't forget to like and follow.